Welcome to Fit Club Vegas, the ultimate fitness destination for visitors. Drop in for a day pass and experience our 10,000 square foot fitness playground. At Fit Club, you'll find state-of-the-art equipment and a sound system so good you'll ditch your headphones. Conveniently located 7 to 12 minutes from the Las Vegas Strip, Fit Club is a perfect spot for you to come get your pump while visiting Sin City. So come check us out at 4525 West Hacienda, Las Vegas, Nevada. Fit Club Vegas, more than a gym, it's a vibe.
The experts are in the building.
The experts.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling you guys.
Yeah, we got Chris here.
You're gonna let
Chris. How do we get you out? How do we get you out of the gym today?
I don't know. I think it was because I got the call. The big dog called me. I said, if Jay calls me, if manager Matt called me, maybe Matt will have a gig for me in the future. Who knows?
You get too much money, man. We don't got money like that around here. He gets that big money, that private jet. That.
All right, so let's go back to the Night of Champions in what year were you guys first and second?
97.
97.
Year before it beat you.
Was that the year you went to? Is that the year you went to Cito's and then drove down from Maine directly from Chris's?
Yeah.
97. So
97.
Yeah. I beat him in Canada
that.
the week before. but listen.
But I got there late. I got there late because I just was like, I was in the customs for like 4 or 5 hours.
in Canada,
I was like, man, I was ready to go home. I was like, man, I don't even want to go to your country, dude. I was like, I'm trying to go home. And then they finally let me through. And then once I got there, I was still haven't shaved yet. So I'm looking at myself like, dang, I still got hair on my body. So then I'm starting to shave. I'm shaving with a razor. And then that flooded me out with more water.
So right before you went on stage, you shaved?
Well, that Friday night.
The show was Saturday morning.
That was a big mistake. And then it was like, I'm sitting
Now
there.
I see why
like,
Regan did it.
Then I'm sitting there like, damn. So then I get up there, and this guy is like, you know, he's dead on target. So I'm like, okay. But I still thought I was going to beat Mike Matarazzo, but I didn't.
Mike was ripped. He was dry. He just doesn't have a physique.
What did he get?
Second, and then Chris was third.
He didn't have a back really, and you know, obviously.
Yeah. But he was all arms, of course, not the full chest.
Good calves, yeah.
Yeah, the great abs too, but no back, short legs and no quads.
Great stage presence, though. That stage, he'll make you think
he was always in shape. That's one thing. Like he seemed like he was always in good shape. He was lean.
Yeah. But anyway,
how did you feel when he beat you, though?
I was upset.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I'm just not a good loser. I'm not.
And then at the Ironman, you know, I got third and he got second and you got first that first time. That was the year, what, 99.
Milos,
that's when you ate the turkey sandwich like 3 days out.
That's a good fist.
Well, you were eating Subway. You were eating Subway 3 days out.
No, it wasn't.
No, that's what they told
He
me.
never admits, yeah.
Who told you that?
Could you eat
I stopped my Apple Jacks 5 weeks out.
Yeah.
Hey.
One bowl in the morning.
But Milos, you've defeated both of these guys.
Of course, man. Is this ever a question? Multiple times.
All right, so I want to.
2 times. That's okay.
So the big question is, okay, we're going to talk about Olympia and you were 10th place, so your best ever placing.
Ever. Yeah.
Okay, Chris, you were third. You said you should have been second or won it, right?
I just call it second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that was 99.
That doesn't work, you know.
And
It
should have been. Yeah.
we have a crazy stacked lineup. The top 6, no one really is making predictions, and obviously that changed this week because one of our our projected guys has pulled out. You have been talking about Nick Walker all year. And how do we feel about that decision?
Disappointing.
Little confusing,
right? Disappointing for me because I was like,
you were hype really man for him.
Yeah, because I was like, don't forget about my man. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Because he loved to prove people wrong, and I'm sure there's a lot of fans wanted to see this, especially from last year how that went off.
Yeah, I mean he
Everyone
pulled last
really
second,
bad.
and He could have had a window last year.
I don't know how people are feeling now about this because, obviously people, we don't always show up at our best.
We all just, off camera, we just were talking about that. 07, I wanted to pull and I went, and obviously I still won, but it was very controversial. How many shows have you guys done where you haven't been your best? You just talked about your Olympia placing in double digits, only time ever.
Yeah, only time ever. My last try at it, and
Did you know what you looked like?
I knew, yeah, because I had just gotten to where I'm looking decent that very last week, and then I do the stupid move by carbing up as if I was in shape the whole time, and everything just flooded right underneath the skin and between the skin and the muscle, and I felt it coming, and I was just like, then it was just too late after I really thought about what I was doing. It's no way you can push any carbs at that point. If I'd have went there with no carbs, I probably would have
Better look.
Yeah, I probably would have got into the top 10 or top 7 or 8, but that pushed me to 13th. That was my worst place in my whole life.
Yeah, but bottom line, you didn't want to compete. If you had a choice to pull out, you would pull out, right?
Well, I said I was going to do it, so that's the difference. I had to. I had to do it. I didn't want to do it, but I had to do it.
Let me touch that subject. Back in the day, in the 90s, you would be penalized. It's only a medical excuse with a doctor's signature and stamp.
Well, that's when Wayne D'Amelio was running.
Yeah, Wayne D'Amelio, it was like,
or
I believe 5,000.
If you got in a fight, then you could probably, because we were all in tears about that one. When Flex got in a fight.
Yeah, the Ninjas?
The Ninjas, yeah. No, well, that was, no, he had a medical excuse. He broke the wrist.
And he had the police report.
Yeah,
From
but
Ninjas?
But it was a medical excuse still. Put his 5,000 penalty, and then he would be suspended. It would be harsh. It's not like, oh, my body is not coming to me, and I'm going to pull out. So on that note, right, when somebody is consistent with their conditioning, right? Well, because you choose to compete only when you want to compete, right? And many times when you don't want to compete, but you had to, like we were talking about Regan in 2000,
2 years
ago. 2021 Olympia. He made a dramatic change in like 10 days, right? We did zero carbs. So going into the Arnold Classic a few months later, right? He was a little bit off. So let's go zero carbs, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, 16 fucking days, right? And his body is just not coming to him. And we talked and said, like, well, I wish we can pull out.
We were at Yaks, and he started posing, and he got 10 seconds, and he just got lightheaded and almost fell down. He couldn't breathe.
Shaking.
He was lungs,
it
was similar to 07. We were at the hotel in Ohio, and I said to Milos, he's got to pull out of the show. Because I was honestly afraid he would lose air and just collapse on stage.
But that seems like
But he still did it.
Yeah, but
the thing to do is just to go in there with basically zero carbs or start loading fats, and you'll probably end up better than what you thought.
Yeah, but
as long as you don't push the carbs.
I mean, if I show you I have the
he looked
16 days of zero carbs.
He looked as good as he could for the circumstance.
Yeah.
And it wasn't ideal, but he still did the show.
But the thing is, of course, we all love Nick is every bodybuilder's bodybuilder. We know that he doesn't miss the meal. He doesn't miss the workout. He doesn't miss
So
the
how
rep.
off could he have been is the question, which we know. I mean, we've seen off-season he looks great. There's a reason you were cheering him on and not counting him out. When has he ever shown up not in shape?
He's never off.
That's why I was always, I was like, he's going to come and bring the heat.
I thought so too, because we didn't see any pictures, videos going into, so he's hiding. He just wants to shock the world. That was my real belief. And then if he showed up looking nasty, God knows. I mean, I didn't put him in my top 5 because I'm #bodybuilding guy. But like Dorian was winning. If he showed up peeled to the bone, a little bit more mass, he would be contender for a title. You know?
But yeah, I mean, that just draws the question, like, how bad could it have been if he wasn't fat, he wasn't doing what he's supposed to do in the gym, the body's just not responding to I mean, some days you just don't look good that week. The next week you look better.
Yeah.
By the end of the week you look like shit. And then, by Monday you look okay. I'm ready to go.
It actually changes daily. Sometimes you look in the mirror.
Who's it open the door for most guys?
Well, look, Martin.
Mo Fuda.
I
think when people aren't really talking about
Martin and Brandao. And Brandao improved a lot. So he improved some of his what people was more mass out of Rafael, right?
Yeah, I can't even call him Rafael. It's Rafael, right?
No, but he knows the name.
But
You guys been talking about him.
Actually, you know what? To a certain degree, Brandon.
But Brandon, nobody saw Brandon.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying Brandon
Is that
Curry.
good, or?
He's going to be fighting for. I'm assuming he's fighting for the top 5.
100
Of
caffeine.
course.
And Nick would have been in there, so it could open the door for Brandon to stay
A
there,
little less.
depending on where he falls. I mean,
Yeah, but okay, because we have here Jay.
Yeah.
Going into 2001 Olympia, who was counting that Jay could be a problem for Ronnie and be
Jay was.
top 5? I mean, you and Chris, you knew
Yeah.
it, but then nobody else would, right? So there are some guys, you told me about Martin, that he looks phenomenal. So what is his cap? Can he be top 6 so he can go higher?
I think so.
Martin, Akeem,
Brandao?
Martin can be
Brandao,
sneaky.
Hunter
sneaky in
Labrada.
this show.
Yes.
De La Rosa.
What's
A lot of guys.
What's that gonna do for Samson and
Andrew.
Andrew?
I just watched the RX interview when you said about that Andrew can win the show. And you talk about this, seeing him on the street, walking into the room, you see Mr. Olympia as soon as you put your, eyes on him. Like,
Seen him pose?
like
No, I'm
Like-
saying just if
Oh.
you see the guy on the street,
Yeah.
you say, "Who the hell's that?" Right?
Right.
Lee Haney,
I
Lee
get it, I
Haney
get it,
can
yeah.
walk on the street, right?
Yeah.
Dorian up to him, Ronnie, Jay, and you see them like, holy shit,
Yeah,
right?
I get it.
I don't think anybody seeing Derek would immediately say, "Oh, that's the best bodybuilder in the world," right? I mean, let's
Right.
face it. But
I get what
Andrew
you're
Jack
saying.
has that.
Just a unit.
Yeah.
Have you seen him yet?
No.
Pose.
But I just know, like, per square inch on his body, he got so many naughty little valleys and creases and
A lot
cuts.
of muscle insertion
Super busy,
spaces
yeah.
that
Yeah.
a lot of guys
people
don't have.
Don't have. Yeah, exactly.
Like we can talk about Hottie and Derek. Hottie has a little more, I feel, a little more detail in his physique probably than Derek does in certain areas. I mean, Derek
more
obviously has
mature.
crazy shape,
More mature, yeah.
but Andrew has the it factor when it comes to separation, muscle tie-ins. I mean, Phil Heath had that.
And could start a whole nother,
It's a league of his own. pretty
yeah,
much.
a whole nother look that people are going to try to obtain. So no one can play that game as good as him.
He has a height and a width and a structure, an X-frame and a V-taper. And if he's over 300 pounds, I mean, before even I was saying at Arnold Classic, like, oh, he was not big enough. How can 300-pound guy not be
But
big
I
enough?
would love to see that because that's the reason why I'm still sticking around the sport because I want to see some physique up there that I'm like, damn.
That you've never seen.
Yeah, like the other stuff is like, it's not going to keep me wanting to come back, but I want to see some extraordinary physiques up there.
So you want to see a height and structure person that puts it together, and I mean we've
would
never
love to
really
see
seen
that.
that. We haven't seen
And
the
the-
6'2" bodybuilder be big enough to take a title in our eras.
And
have we-
also a great posing routine, a great,
Splits,
presentation.
everything, yeah.
Just like, man, that's what I want to see.
Just standing there, he's outstanding. Your eyes just go to,
if they still had a symmetry round, how would Andrew Jack fare?
well, from the front is unbeatable. Side and back, he might lose.
You can see,
right?
you can see a little bit.
So you talk about it from the front relax, front double, front lat spread, abs and thighs. He's pretty much unbeatable, right? But he can lose all the other poses.
Well, he's got that hybrid side tricep
Yeah.
that's been outlawed, and he still does it.
If he does that,
still
turn upper body but keep the legs to the side, he would pull it off. But he turns the whole, body and
I said
legs.
the only key he's missing besides the condition is the posing. You're a posing master.
Yeah.
There's a lot of poses, I think, side chest, side tricep. What else would you change for his posing? Don't you feel he pinches a little bit on that side chest a little too much?
Yeah, I'd like to see how if you tinkered with some different little techniques with, with the way you pressure one side of your body to the next, and maybe the hips are coming forward a little bit for me when I sit them back and really bring out this sartorius muscles and
more detail in the legs.
Yeah.
On the side chest?
Like the ab and thighs, like both of his feet normally like bound, like.
Yeah, okay. I know what you mean.
Forward,
you still look.
Well, you have the great abs, but I'm just saying I'd like to see him do a little bit more with the legs.
Yeah.
Because the legs stay in the same spot even.
Yeah.
Where most guys spike a leg forward, drop, put on the heel,
right.
show the striations. Because he has the striations, they're there.
Yeah.
I would play up to all
Actually,
of that.
you didn't do the in the ab side because you have a feathers on your quads, but Chris and I did. As you said, you showed that long sartorius muscle. You turn around a little bit, and then your quad pops.
You know what was good though with Jay is that he was able to have some lines in his quads. A lot of big guys didn't really have that, and then
didn't even try.
And then a couple of years it wasn't really there like that. But then he went really got in shape that one time.
I don't remember when they were saying like
What year
Chad.
was that? Was that 08, 9? No, 09.
09, this one.
09.
Yeah, but there was like considerable difference in left and right leg, right? Yeah. And you did something to make your left leg grow. What did you do? Because of a discrepancy. And then Chad
did a
was
lot of-
calling.
No, the thing is though,
I did a lot.
Everyone's
You did
body
extra
is
left?
different. Is
Yeah,
different.
he had an imbalance
Right.
too. It
Yeah,
was
everyone-
it was
my left
the leg
leg
I
was
broke, but I actually went to a lot of therapy. I did dry needling before it existed. I did a lot of I did the like the not the newbie machine, but something like the electrostim just to kind of bring it back. I just I had a bulged disc, and I used the DRX 9000 compression bed. It would pull my spine. And that really helped a lot because it took that pressure off that nerve, which was shrinking that leg.
Yeah, but okay. 2001, you were not considered to be a top player, and then you end up winning the prejudging and losing, tie decision. Going to this show, we talk about it. There's top 3 from last year, major favorites, right?
I know we really think the top 3 is going to be top 3. Is that what we're thinking?
With
or?
Andrew being enigma.
Yeah.
If Andrew shows up, as you said, he can
could
win
knock
the
him
whole
out.
thing. Yeah. Can Hunter or Martin or Foda or Brandao be a factors? Like right now, people are not counting him. Like, why would Brandao, if he's peeled out of his mind and glued set in, not be a contender? Why?
I know we got a few more days left. I still would like to see more of that intermuscular fine fiber type look.
Yeah,
think
but
that'll
does Mr. Olympia have that? Does Derek has that?
No,
Did he need that to win? You know what I mean?
I would like to see it.
Of course, we would all like to see it, but it's not a requirement. I'm serious.
Probably not.
Brandao has this crazy quad
shape.
separation, and that full chest, full round shoulders, wide back. If he is
He
ripped,
improved a lot since the Arnold, and like I said, I thought he could have placed ahead of Samson a little bit in a couple of those shots at the Arnold. So,
not really. Yeah.
in my opinion, I saw a couple of things that was happening in his body that wasn't happening in Samson, and I thought Samson looked a lot better at the UK. I would have had Samson win in the UK.
Yeah, you said that. So that's I expect better Samson than UK version, and if that shows
I
up,
think he was better in France than UK. No,
I think the UK.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, when I saw him in Kuwait, he was a big son of a gun, man. I was like, damn.
He is big.
He's a big fool, man.
I think backstage they had a scale and he was like over 300 pounds. Yeah. Not that it matters, right? Sometimes, people don't look exactly that heavy.
So you were in Dubai, in Kuwait training, and he was there for a minute. What happened with What happened with all that?
I just think it was super hot for him. It was hot. It was hot for me. It was the hottest.
Like, what do you mean? The heat was hot, or
Yeah, outside.
I know, but that's what it is always.
Yeah, but it was special
Worse
hot.
than normal?
It was special.
Vegas was hotter this year too.
It was a special high. I don't know, it was a global warming situation going on, but it felt like my nostrils was on fire when I was just breathing.
Chris, talk a little bit about the Kuwait experience. You and Breon were hanging out there training for how long?
Yeah, in Maxilla. We did about 4 or 5 weeks out there, but he did it like 12 weeks out there. He was just like, and he comes. Maxilla did like 12 weeks out there, and yeah, it was something, man. But it was a lot hotter than it's been.
Tell me what the routine is though when you're there.
So we were at this hotel that we were like maybe like 3-4 blocks away from the gym. So sometimes we get a ride there, but most of the time we would walk it. And Breon was walking everywhere out there. But he also, we'd go to the gym, and then once we get to the gym, we're resting. But we're there like early in the morning doing a cardio, abs, calves, hard cardio.
And you were training at this time also.
Yeah. And then we'd go and eat after the fasted cardio and everything, go and eat, get some other meals, go back to the hotel. Once we went back to the hotel, we were resting until around 2:30 to 3 o'clock. We go back to the gym. Breon would walk. Sometimes I get a ride, get to the gym. Then we got to rest a little bit in the gym. Just coming out of the heat, you want to just like let your body settle a little bit in a different climate. Go upstairs, get to work, posing after the training, food right away. Then we'll do sometimes body work, sometimes cold plunge, hot and cold. Then we'll go eat again, take the rest back to the room, do it all again the next day. Sometimes we'd go, we had like a couple of off days where we went to another masseuse that was over at a different, the Holiday Inn over there. And that's a little co-ed swimming pool, co-ed everything, which is like the only place in the city like that. Mm-hmm. This guy came up to me and threw some gang signs at me, and shit. I was like, "What the hell?
Really?
What kind of shit you think I'm on, bro?" He came up threw a little like a Crip symbol in my face, and I was like, I called the boy. I said, "Man, what kind of shit are they on out here, dog?" Like, yeah. Like, what makes you think you need to
watching some documentaries?
Yeah, what makes you think you need
so
to?
So it's full-time bodybuilding is what it is.
Yeah, we went to the mall a couple times, and
they got everything in that mall.
Yeah, the mall is a good little cardio session.
That's what people do, huh? They go to the mall.
We went to a different mall. There's a new mall there. It was like maybe like 5 or 6 stories, different levels, and yeah, that was something because that's like basically the thing to do, you know. And then we stayed there a length of time, and then, like I say, Breon kept walking and walking everywhere. He wasn't taking no cabs if he didn't have to. He was just trying to get the workout. But then he had to do some promo work in Dubai, so they flew him there for a few days, and flew him back. And then he had to do another appearance in. I forgot, Indonesia? He flew to Indonesia and back, and that was breaking up some of his preparation. So he wasn't at his all-time best for that show.
But he won.
So he was maybe like, say, 85%.
And pretty good money, too.
60 grand. Yeah.
Was that the most he's ever won?
Most ever won at one time, yeah.
Because the Olympia didn't pay that back then. Now I think it's... Now
50 now.
Okay.
Yeah, so then that went well for him. We went to Abu Dhabi, trained at the Oxygen Gym there. You know, Bader, took care of us out there. And then the last couple of days we went to Dubai and then finished out over there. But we tried to keep that. Oh yeah,
you went there.
You see the new one that's coming up now? Yeah. I think it's open now. I think someone out there. So I'm going back there. Are you going in a couple of weeks?
No. You going or?
I might.
I have an event that weekend.
Zahir is here. Maybe Zahir can.
Yeah, Zahar's sitting right over here. He knows about it. That's his.
Yeah, but I was shocked. There was like 50 pieces for each body part. I mean, one better than the other.
Hunter loved it, huh?
Oh my God! Yeah, it was like.
You guys went to just one in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, just in Abu Dhabi.
That's like small.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
really
small.
small. Isn't that like their smallest one?
Yeah, it's one.
Yeah.
But did you say that Breon was walking everywhere in Kuwait?
So he didn't do
even
cardio.
In Abu Dhabi.
So why do you?
Even in Abu Dhabi with all the humidity, he was.
Why did you do cardio in the morning then? If he was doing all that walking.
Because he was not where he wanted to be. He didn't even get to where we were like. Because I like to tell him, man, like I don't ever say nothing about how he looks until I see that he's looking good, and then I'd be like, all right, now we rocking.
We'll have to talk a little bit about Classic. I know we talked about that. All right, so our top 2 guys from last year, what do we think? Do we think this is our top 2? You're saying Andrew has a possibility, but can Samson move up?
Andrew and Samson. I mean, the way I look at it, I would like to see Andrew and Samson being.
Well, we talked about that would be a great single call out. Would they do that?
Single call out, but
would they do just Samson and Andrew?
Do you think judges ever be like, okay, I know the crowd want to see this?
They used to.
They should. Craig Titus and Kamali. So, but before I forgot, you were talking about cardio. What do you think of fasted cardio? Because some experts nowadays keep getting this. Oh,
I like it.
It doesn't matter if it's fasted. Cardio is cardio.
I like it.
Yeah, it's considerable difference.
I think it's a big difference. I think it's even a big difference if you start your day off with that and you end your day with that. Yeah. You have cardio after all your meals and cardio when you wake up.
I had back in the 90s from Flex Magazine, they asked me that question. And I just said, cardio is cardio, whatever you do it, it burns fat, right? As energy, a substrate, what you use fatty acids. So it doesn't matter if you do it first or last. And then I told them, no, the University of Illinois did prove, and then they sent me this, Dr. Jim Wright and Feliciano.
Yeah.
I said, holy shit, really? It makes 30% difference. So I said, let me just try it. And then I tried it, fasted, and
what percentage
made a huge difference. Yeah.
What percentage difference you think?
I'm never in this.
You're not gonna get a number.
They said 30% all this shit. How do you measure this? I'm not sold on that research and stuff like that.
You did fasted cardio.
Yeah, well, Chris Cito always had me do fasted. Hani was the same way. Yeah, I mean, I got on the step mill for the best years, I think. We always talk about, does it really matter? You like the bike. I mean, I would switch back and forth.
I used to do that naked fucking elliptical in the morning. Just some shoes on. Then I jump right in the shower, eat my food, get back in bed. All right.
Eat your Apple Jacks?
Yeah.
Actually, I looked at
the Subway sandwich.
At my journal for 97, I was doing 2 hours of cardio. Which I said, they said, this is my journal. They say, I never did 2 hours of cardio in my life. And I said, the journal that I brought, holy shit, look at that. And another thing, I used GH all the way to the fucking show.
You didn't cut it out?
Because I would usually, stop 7 days out or maybe 5 days.
Yeah.
And, I went all the way through, holy shit.
Did you do the Anadrol all the way through?
Yeah. Okay, you don't stop the orals, right?
Okay.
You don't stop the orals.
Are we talking about this on this program?
Whatever you want.
Yeah,
I
want to ask you something because I was listening to Louis Marker the other day. He was making his piece on Nick and everything, and he was talking about the history of how bodybuilding wins and if everything. I didn't mess with any insulin until the 2000s. I never touched it.
99 Olympia didn't?
Okay, 99.
97.
That was the first time. That was the first time.
Hold on. 97, you went hyper in the fucking Hungary show. Don't give me that shit.
No, I didn't.
97, yeah.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I'll tell you off camera.
Busted.
I'll talk to you off camera about that show.
Okay.
I thought we were talking about it.
Same like
we're not going to go there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But check this
out. You have
out.
a bad memory.
No, I don't. I know exactly.
He started 91. No, I'm just kidding.
So let's say, go back to Dorian, go back to Flex. Both of these guys came up pretty hard. Flex was that Arnold Classic.
Oh,
He did the USA, and that we thought that was a great USA champion.
Yep.
Then he topped that at the Arnold, right?
Yeah.
And then 94 happened, 95 happened. He had broke his neck in 95, but he never really shocked anyone with his physique again until 97 did a good Arnold Classic. Mm-hmm. But then after that, it was lackluster. No? Mm-hmm. After that, it was lackluster. Never that guy again.
99, he was pretty round at the Olympia when he got second.
But lackluster as far as
Grand Prix.
Oh, man,
well, he got too big, don't you think?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Too big, but it's never that look. No more, right? Dorian, 90, 91, good. But you got Haney. Haney's out the way. You got Ripped. You had Kevin, rip, see every cut. Then you went big, right? You went big.
93 on.
You
Yeah.
went big, possibly insulin. We don't know, right? Okay, 94, he was injured, right? 94, 95.
Dorian?
Yeah, 95.
Yeah.
Is it
94.
95?
Yeah.
95, he was pretty good. He was in Atlanta this year. I
95,
went.
he was off the chart. Yeah, that's when you went.
95.
95, he was
96,
off the
96 was still good.
Sean thinks he should have won in 96.
chart.
And then 97.
97, he should have lost to Nasser. Yeah, we know.
But I'm just saying, like, there was a boom and there was a decline in most physiques. Not a lot of physiques.
You were improving constantly. Yeah, you were improving until like 2000.
Yeah, so a slow improvement, right? Getting more mature, a little fuller. Then I used some insulin. 2005, I was big at that Arnold. I mean, the show after the Arnold, I used it for that San Francisco.
Yeah.
That was like my biggest, hardest, I think.
You won
And then
against Craig Titus.
That was another San Francisco. That was a whole nother mess, dude. That was like I was 260 at that one. That was not good.
That was not good. To see.
Not good.
That was the time.
Just good enough to win. But what I was getting at is the pinnacle. Like you was able to come back later on, which was pretty good. But you said it yourself. 2001, you went overboard trying to get hard, right?
Well, I mean, I was diuretics, and
Yeah.
Only 5.
The Milos diuretic program.
Yeah.
Only 5. What do you mean?
I just remember seeing you backstage. Your head was just like, I was like, holy shit. Because that's where we were all looking at everybody's face at the time back then. He in
Jay
shape.
was never like
He in
that
shape.
face.
Huh?
Even when he was completely ripped.
No, but I had a big head,
Yeah.
Oh, but that
So
thing
my
was
head
sunken. He had the shrinking
Yeah.
head at that 2001.
I didn't drink a lot of water.
I saw you. You just looked at me.
You told me that for one show you didn't drink for 3
That
days.
was, I mean, because I came
Dude,
down from
that has to be
290
the
at that
one.
show. I was
That was
30
the
pounds
show?
the last week.
2001, you didn't drink for 3 days?
Yeah.
That's the one. I'm telling you. I was like, I
Hey,
never.
3 days
and
not
you was
drinking
like,
and 5 diuretics.
You're like, I'm never gonna look like this
Holy
again.
shit.
Okay, let's get back to Derek and Hottie. Is this going to be the battle, you think, for the top 2?
Do we expect it to be? I mean, we know they're going to be in shape. Hani's a great coach, but I think that you guys know the limitations of those physiques. Is that Mr. Olympia in everyone's eyes? Are they just waiting for
Okay,
the
but
big thing?
last year Samson, he was harder. Could he have won the show? You think?
I think so.
He has
I
everything.
think he
All the
could have won the
tools.
show, but he wasn't just hard enough. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like
But when you say hard enough or dry enough,
if he
you
was
know.
dry enough, to win the show,
And the dryness, we all
could've
know
won
where
the
it comes
show.
from, you know. So, you
he
know,
could have won the show.
at Shannon Sharp's interview with Ronnie Coleman, he talked about the 2001 Olympia, right?
0.3.
No, 2001, you know, against Jay.
How he was just dehydrated.
Yeah,
beyond.
and then, you know, Chad comes with the magic powder, and then he's like, you know. So we all know what that means, right?
What was that magic powder? Do you know?
It's no, the
He would never.
this is what
He
it
would
is.
never tell us though.
This is what
I
it
used
is.
to try to keep something. He like,
Yeah, but
Brisket
I would
me on the
always,
way out.
I would always disclose if I give you this is iPhone. This is the iPhone I'm giving you, right? It's not like I'm gonna give you something and don't ask me. So Chad had that, he's a powder, undisclosed powder. So you don't know what you're taking, right?
You know what it is, though. You just don't want to say it. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
Since when do you hold back?
how would
I
you
never
know?
did.
How would
No,
you?
I'm saying, how do you
listen,
not know what it is?
I heard
Did
it
you ever
in the
take
court.
it?
In the court, yeah.
You
in
did?
In the court of law. In the court of law, it's not what it is; it's what you can prove. So I can't prove, so I better shut up, right?
Well, this isn't the court of law.
The
It's a
thing-
fucking
It could
podcast.
be. It could be. I learned my lesson.
Did you ever time it? Because I know when I drink it, 45 minutes on the dot.
Boom. That's only Loop does that.
And it's just pulling like.
Yeah. Yeah. You just finish. You go back to bed.
Pulling.
Oh shit! You have to go right back. It's like this kind of power.
And there'd be some extra.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
You met a need. Yeah. It's. Yeah, so now you're gonna say you never used it.
I never worked with Chad Nichols.
Yeah.
You didn't get the
No,
secret
not the powder,
concoction.
but I'm sure that Chris had a top 10 list.
No, because that's the thing. Bumix wasn't on the list, though, at one
it was
point.
on the list. Yeah,
Oh, it was?
Yeah, the Toracimide.
What
Demodex
was?
not.
Oh, Demodex, that's right.
Yeah, that's the one. I don't like it.
That was strong.
Yeah,
Too
I
strong.
like it,
Yeah, too strong. Yeah.
Too strong.
All right, back to Hottie and Derek.
Yeah. So okay,
What are they going to use?
I'm sure they're not going to do natural dehydration, right?
Why not?
But
Dandelion
listen,
root.
okay. I thought that Hadi had enough to win last year, and then he showed up at the Honor Classic looking spectacular. But as you said, there are certain limitations, right? However, he's shorter guy, but he was always wide. Even next to Big Rami didn't overwhelm him in the width. So lot spread from behind. Hadi is super wide.
Yeah.
Hadi knows that he needs to be more ripped from the back. Glutes have to come in because this is where Derek was, beating him. By the way, I've seen the Derek's video today. They're doing the cardio, him and Hadi
together,
and there was contest who can do it slower. I was gonna comment like, what is this? Mr. Olympia slowest cardio ever. But hey, they're both gonna be in shape, and if Hadi brings glutes into the place, I don't think he's beatable.
Are we really going to talk about glutes on this podcast?
Unfortunately, but
It's a glute show nowadays.
Really, okay.
That's all that matters.
Martin has the crazy glutes, which is going to be highly noticeable, right?
Yes.
If you're there with the guys that don't,
They
let's
were
say
highly noticeable
Brandao,
a week ago in the video I saw. So
right? So how can you ignore it? I'm not a glute guy, but I can understand why it's flip the coin. It's all equal, and you see that, you win.
Do you expect to see the Hottie from the Arnold here?
Yeah, I expected. Yeah,
Think it'll be bigger though?
He's going to be maybe a couple of pounds bigger.
I was hoping. I thought his chest was a little bit flatter than what
At Arnold?
I saw, but it was way more diced.
Excited.
But
that's if you catch the Hadi doing most muscular and catch him from the side, you see there is not too much volume, but it's like fibers everywhere. Fortunately for him, Derek doesn't have a great most muscular. Doesn't have a fibers on his chest, right? So
can Andrew and Samson leapfrog both those guys and actually battle for 1-2?
Tell me why not?
definitely could happen.
Shape-wise, when you check all the boxes, shape, width, size, okay, if they match the condition. See, you said it well, and Chris agrees. Andrew has this polishment. He does just
muscle tie-ins,
fibers, tie-ins, yes, everything. I remember when in the Dragon's Lair, Steve Weinberger saw him for the first time. The first thing that came out of his mouth, Mr. Olympia. That's before his pro debut, And chest was ridiculous. This is still mind-boggling for me. Chest
and
looks
he's probably
absolutely
up
ridiculous.
25 pounds from then.
Yeah, but the side chest is not a winning pose for him. Yeah. On that RX Muscle show, I guess Chris was saying that now his side chest look phenomenal.
He's his coach. He's going to say that.
Yeah, but you don't have to say things that are not there.
I know any pose I've ever seen him do, I know he can improve. He still can do that pose a lot better. He's hitting it the Ronnie Coleman way, where he's not really
opening. But when I was in the
closing room with muscle, so I don't think it really
the
mattered.
Right pressure too in the right areas and pulling. Are you pushing? Are you just flexing on the bicep? Or are you
flexing the bicep a little too much? I feel like in that pose.
Yeah.
Different era for us, because back when we all competed, it was like the guy, you kind of knew who was going to win in a way, or who was. This is kind of a toss-up. I mean, no one is really head and shoulders above anyone that we've seen yet to be able to say that guy is winning this contest. Now, if Andrew hits it this one, he's going to be the guy. Like, how are you going to beat this guy? Do these guys ever have a shot again to beat him if he came in that shape? I mean, we all say that. We said about Big Rami, how many years? If this guy nails it, who's going to beat him?
Yeah.
Took him a long time to do
7
that,
years
though.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
But if you compare Derek and Andrew, pose by pose, front double, lat spread, who wins? Back, you're going to give it to Derek for sure, but ab and thigh.
Who compares well with those two guys in this lineup?
I mean, Hadi compares well with everyone.
Do you think Martin Fitzwater compares with those guys?
Martin is that factor. If he comes,
I think he's still a little raw.
Little young, but
little raw.
27. He's the
He has
youngest guy in the
everything.
show.
you
Just
know,
nothing crazy overwhelming.
Yeah,
But his shape is real. His
But
shape
he's
this year
just
is
coming
really
in-
good.
He's just coming into his body, though. I mean, you hit a back-to-back bicep.
is this going to be out before the Olympia, Ray?
Put it up
Yeah, okay.
tomorrow morning.
So the pose that I think he should change is the front of the biceps. He's keeping his arms too low, so you don't see the peak on the biceps. And that's
What do you saying he
important
needs
pose.
to do more?
Yeah. He has to lift the biceps above the belt.
The elbow needs to come
Yeah.
here and then lat, and then
That's the illusion, because everything else is V-tapered, strong legs, everything. When he turns around, goddamn back, improved. Side triceps are excellent. I think in front double sets the pace, right? That's the first pose. So that's the first the judges see beside the front legs, right? Which eyes are going to go to Andrew for sure. Hadi at the Arnold Classic, he did, we were talking about the boxy. He was not boxy at all. His waist was super small and controlled. He looked great. Derek looks phenomenal in front relax. 2022, when he pulled that relaxed pose, he looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think that factor is a little bit down because we've seen him.
Yeah,
And
it's not shocking anymore.
And maybe he got a little bit bigger. So when he's relaxed and you see him walking on the stage, you can see that waist is not so small. But when he pulls it, it
Well,
is.
they all do vacuums. That's the crazy part. The top three guys can all do vacuums. Samson's, you saw in France, he's hitting a vacuum.
Phenomenal vacuum.
Hadi can do it. Derek can do
Samson's waist is down to nothing when you look at when he pulls his, arms
How do we
up.
feel about the vacuum, Chris?
I like the vacuum. I like
Because
it. I don't want
you're
to put a
training. You're
pose.
training the top classic guy. That's why
I don't like. I mean, I just like some physiques. You got a good
you did some
rib
vacuum.
cage. Oh yeah, you did a rib cage. Means a lot to make it look good, but if it don't look good, it's not a nice looking rib cage.
Vacuum.
Then I'd rather
I don't even vacuum the house.
I have a robot vacuum. You can
goes
turn it on
around.
from here.
All right, so Raphael Hunter.
Let's talk about Brandon. He got fourth last year,
Yeah.
and he's obviously an Olympia winner.
Winner, and then he was close second to Big Ramy.
He's the one we should ask because he saw him.
Yeah,
you
he
saw
was, he was out there when I got there, but he was just getting his body back together.
Oh, that was weeks
And,
ago, right?
Yeah, he was getting his body back together.
I'm
But-
assuming he's a fast responder.
Yeah, for sure. But it's going to be, the same question as the last, few years is he going to be able to keep that definition and enough size down below to, hang with these guys. I think the upper body will be there. It's probably the same. But that's going to be the challenge for him.
Is he going to be in the first call out?
He always could be because there's no way you can tell, if you
What's the first call out going to be, guys? How many guys were they doing the first
He
call
might
out?
be more than
7?
6. He might
That
be more
many?
than 6.
Well, there's
Yeah.
only
You got to
16.
think Brandon hasn't been out of the top 4 since
Ever.
since 2019 when he won. What did he get?
What was he in the
18?
18? I don't know.
Top 5. So it's been a minute.
Yeah,
He's
he
been
was
in that
just
top
outside
5.
of the top.
I think
4 or 5,
17, he was like 8. And then I don't remember.
So I'm assuming he's going to be in the first call out. I'm assuming he is. Look, another person we haven't even mentioned is Bonnick.
Oh, yeah. Well, all due respect to
Here's the
Bonnick,
thing
right?
in this lineup, it can still be tough for William, even though he still had a good showing this year.
He's been second before.
Got a one.
He's won 2 Arnolds.
Yeah, I mean, Bonnick
shown he
improved
can-
the legs.
Yeah,
Listen,
So even when you said it could be tough for him, he could make it tough for some of these other guys too, though.
for sure.
he comes crazy condition. He's dense. He lacks width, but he always lacks width, and he still plays second. Yeah,
He's as
A lot
dense
of
as anyone
detail.
on
Lot
the
of
show.
detail.
yeah. I mean,
So maybe he's he
he a
hasn't
first
been
call
showing
out?
himself a lot, but maybe he's coming.
Are we talking about
be.
Martin as a potential, or are we leaving William out?
Yeah, I wouldn't put him in front of William if I had to choose right now.
I know, but none of these podcasts we've been talking about Bonnick, have we?
if it didn't, yeah, I don't know.
So you have a list in front
Because
of you. It's a lot
everybody's been
easier to
focused
see.
on everyone's
Yeah.
been focused on that top 2 and 3 and something like that, and then just putting the
So the top four.
I'm
outside
putting
of the top four.
The usual suspects, after that. So
I think Brandao is for sure dark horse. They can shock the world. He can. You said yourself that you actually see him beating Samson in some poses in Arnold Classic.
Yeah.
Which poses?
Some from the side. He was like, here. I just saw a lot more stuff going on there, and I saw less going on with Samson there in the waist area. And then you had that upside down triangle, that boom. It was just tight, and then that nice flare, and the way he was posing, even though it could have even been a little bit better, but still, he did a very good job there, I thought.
Okay, if they never competed before, and right now Brandao stands next to Derek, pose by pose, would be competitive, or Derek just wins hands down?
I think Derek is.
And he's gained how many pounds since the Arnold, they saying?
I don't know. I'm one of those that don't go with the name, look at physique. Could Brandao be very competitive and beat Derek? Yeah, I think so. It's very
in the
possible.
shape of his life,
Which
he's been rather inconsistent.
Yeah.
And Derek's been very consistent.
Quite consistent, yeah.
Another person that no one's really mentioning is Akeem, who's also been in the,
Top six.
He's in sixth place before.
Top six.
And it looks like, from certain poses, he's as good as anyone in the show, especially from the side.
He looks good right now.
Yeah.
He improved.
Yeah. Chris is training him.
Probably best legs. Probably best legs in the show.
And
I'll tell you, we were in the UK in the front row. He's thick.
Yeah.
Side poses are out of this
chest
world.
is thick. The only thing
side
is
pose is as good as anyone in the
back.
show.
Yeah,
But the back looks
better.
pretty. It looks better.
decent.
Yeah,
It looks better.
It's better right
The back
now.
double is.
But he's going to lose back poses.
Of course.
But
back double
side
is
poses,
pretty
he
good,
might actually win both.
You can, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Him and Nick were two of
Well,
the.
Nick-
Obviously, next out, I'm just saying guys
And
that are just
Nick is not
crazy
there, right?
On the side, yeah.
Yeah. And then frontal biceps, he shot the light. He has a small waist, so he has a
And
great
big
silhouette.
arms.
Big arms, big legs, a small waist.
Should we talk about Mohamed Foda?
Mohamed Foda is phenomenal.
I think he's in good shape.
I
saw
haven't
him the other
seen
day.
him. I haven't seen him stack up against really anyone. What show did he win?
His first
Chicago?
His first Olympia,
First
though,
one,
right?
I think
Yeah.
it's his first Olympia, yeah.
Chicago.
Chicago.
For
First
Mohamed,
Olympia.
if we talk about this, if I would give him advice, to just watch your abs at all times.
I
I mean,
wasn't there that much though
Yeah.
at that show. There wasn't. He was just too much in the stomach. I thought.
yeah.
What do you mean distension?
Yeah, just not controlled. You need to glue your stomach to the spine like you did always.
Tired. I saw him breathing out of the stomach a
Yeah.
lot there.
And then, like when they hit the ab shot or intercostals sometimes they can pull the sides, but then they blow the stomach.
Yeah.
So you first have
He's
to
only focusing here.
sink the stomach and then hit it.
If you focus on the serratus and the obliques in that shot, you still got to include
Yeah.
these front. Poses.
And when they're turning from back to the side, many times they're like 1 second too late to pull the abs in, so judges can see it.
And then I need a little bit more from the back double.
Yeah,
a
it is.
bit more. You need still a bit more work there.
Yeah, for the Olympia
But the
level.
overall shape, the front last spread was good with him, and I love his shape though. I always liked his shape a lot. So that's
John De
something
La
to work
Rosa was
with.
here,
I was
right?
just going to say, next person, we just had John on the podcast. It just launched this morning, yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He said his goal is to be in the top 10.
Yeah.
Can he achieve it?
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Can he take out some of these other guys that we've mentioned, some of their names? So that might be
He's another one that was next to Heidi in what was it? The
Arnold UK.
Yeah.
Pacific West Injury Law. Injured? Call 602-HURT. Car accident? Call 602-HURT. Our firm is dedicated to you and your recovery.
And then
Back double
he
biceps
was
is-
holding himself. He was holding his own.
He mentioned that yesterday. That was a bucket list, and he
He was
held
holding
his
his
own.
own. Yeah. So
Well, he's on the up and up. I mean, he's improving, which is crazy at 40 years old.
Yeah.
He's definitely not on a downswing, so he's a guy with momentum leading into this contest.
Now that I thought about even Tyler Mannion said his front double, he should do it with the abs, right? How some guys in the front double look better stretching the abs.
But his legs are this high, and then you got a
Longer
elongated
torso.
But I agree with this. He when he brought the abs into the picture, he looked better. Yeah, not everybody. I mean, when I was standing next to you, right? Ab shot, the front double biceps, I always did with the abs. You know, you always did stretch. The front relax, I always did with the abs. You always stretched. You know, it worked. I didn't even try to match it.
I used to think about you two a lot. It's funny that we're sitting here. Think about y'all all year long. It's on my mind. Just, how can I beat this guy? What shot I'm going to take? If he do this, I'm going to do that. If he do this, I'm going to do that.
Really? You strategize, right?
Oh, yeah.
You have
And
to.
what shots did you beat Milos in?
Milos? Back shots. Back shots.
I was waiting for you to say every.
Back shots.
Back shots. I knew he had some strong points. You know, a good ab and thigh, good.
You called my legs smooth.
Because I'm messing with you, man.
These guys nowadays.
I'll send him 40 pictures.
He
right
was so bad. He's
motherfucker.
He's DMing me all these photos of him.
Is there anyone with a bigger photo archive than you?
No.
Cormier's got the videos, though.
right.
He has
I got
something
the
that no one
videos
has.
down.
Cormier has videos that no one else has.
Yeah.
I think you have more than Weeder had.
How'd you get all these pictures?
Hey, Sean Ray said that when I turned pro, he told me, first advice, don't ever refuse a photo shoot. Pictures are forever, right? And then I get the gym and I get the camera and I was taking pictures of everyone.
Yeah, I just watched some prejudging of classic physique that was on your Instagram this morning.
I mean, for example,
They
I
say
posted.
you're not supposed to video at the contest.
You're not supposed to do many things. You know.
They're going to take his tickets now. Thanks, man. Jay, you just aired them out.
Yeah, shit. You know, just talking to Dan to get me a good seat for the Olympia next to Hunter. hey,
Take my seats.
You see, you're not going to go for prejudging again?
No. It's too long.
Oh,
He
man.
hasn't gone to prejudging.
You should be fired. You know, I already actually fired you last week as my yes man because you disagree with me. You know, which was
I had a couple people that hit me up about that.
When's the last time you went to prejudging?
Years.
Prejudging is where shit happens. How can you miss that?
How can you say that? I was winning by 6 in 2001 and I still lost.
We just asked this with Chris on here because he talked about Jay being ahead, and I said, "What was the actual explanation? How are you up by 6 after prejudging and lose?"
It was a closing routine when he pulled the flag, American flag, right?
Yeah, no props allowed, by the way.
So that made up 6 points.
Exactly. Hey. Yeah.
What do you think the reason is?
Well, maybe they realize it's too soon for Jay to take over, you know?
I wasn't seasoned enough.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere. I mean,
Well,
2000.
so what? If you win, you win, right?
Yeah, but, you know.
He changed his physique from.
Let's put it this way. I was
Same
kicking his
from-
ass in 98
from
and
the
99.
to the.
Chris
to
taught me,
2001.
taught me the
defeated you.
secrets.
Yeah.
Telling him to eat your sushi.
Chris gave me the secrets. He gave me Steve Murphy.
Steve Murphy.
That was
But
my,
like I said, I didn't
that
know he was
my
going to be
secret
driving
weapon.
his ass from.
Oh, I was there every morning at 6 a.m. and then I would.
I would have waited
back
a
and
couple
forth.
of years for that information. That was going to be the
Hey,
case.
seriously, Chris mentored me a lot.
You know what though? The old school guys, you hear this a lot. You guys didn't like. You guys shared information with each other.
Yeah, but there was no secrets, bro.
That's what I mean. Like
Hey.
nowadays,
There was
if someone has
I
something, they'll
couldn't-
hog it. You
I mean,
guys
he-
I've
shared
been
it.
doing deep tissue
I
since
never had a secret in my life.
87.
Anybody asked me, I would tell you.
87.
You
'cause I
wake
was
me up
around
3
some
o'clock in the
older
morning, I
guys
tell
that-
you the same thing.
that
You
put
say,
me up on game, you know. So
liars can't remember their lies. So when you ask somebody and every time they give you a different answer, you know, then you know what's up. But if I would tell you something, I would tell you the truth, you know. So the funny thing is that most of the people are not going to trust you. Just like I said to Nasser, he did exactly everything the opposite because he thought, you know, I would give him a wrong info on purpose.
well, we wanted to be in the gym at the same time, and we wanted. I mean, I was welcoming that type of thing, that energy, because, you know, I mean, that's what pumped me up more, you know.
How about Lee Priest? I mean, you were training in the same gym with Lee, right?
Yeah, he was, but he went to a World.
A World Gym.
But at first he was at Goals, then he started migrating over there, and I just thought that was too quiet for me.
Yeah.
They had no music. I mean, there was no hype there, really.
He was all grouchy all the time. Joe Gold.
Lee?
Joe Gold was all grouchy all the time, so I was like,
Joe Gold?
Yeah.
Did you have a free membership at that point?
No, not over there. But
Okay.
I always did at the one at the Golds. I did.
So another guy that's always conditioned, John Jewett.
Ooh.
Is this his first open?
Ooh, yeah, we're overlooking him.
Yep. Nobody's talking about him.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
always
yeah.
conditioned. So
I'm glad you mentioned it.
Does he have the shape to place higher?
Okay, so
is he a top 10 guy?
Chris would say that he doesn't have a shape. He can be very well top 10.
What do you say Chris say?
But no, but he said it because I remember things. You said in one of the old school podcasts
I saw
how you don't like his shape exactly. Vancouver.
In Vancouver.
Yeah.
I just saw that he was a little bit full in the midsection.
Okay.
And then when he hits a shot, he can, suck all up, transform into this. But when he's not doing that, he was just like a little relaxed, I thought, in the midsection.
He's not missing anything. He improved the size.
And then I was saying I thought his inside of his quads was way more developed than the actual
lateralis, the sweep.
Lateralis and the sweep and everything. It just took away from that. It made it look really thin there with all this inside muscle mass.
Yeah, but who has crazy legs?
I just think it doesn't do a lot for his shape, to his physique.
I think that his conditioning is phenomenal always. He is one of the guys that does the shows with no diuretic.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Well, he's just disciplined year-round for that. To do that.
John, I mean, he has at university. If you go on his Instagram, you can learn a lot from him, really. So, he is also dark horse for top 10. Nobody's really talking about it, but definitely. Once you start comparing them, they're going to see the condition. He has that crazy peaked biceps. You mentioned this in one of the shows.
But he did show that he's changing things around, and he takes note on things that he can get better, and I think he works at it.
Yeah, well, everybody should, no?
Let's talk about Theo.
Theo Laguerre, he's coached by my dear friend Mauro. I mean, great physique, has everything. I don't particularly like his posing. I know that he's going to hate me saying that, but when you have a physique and you don't really think, okay, I don't have a big stomach, I don't have a bubbly gut, I don't. Okay, when I look at my old videos, I'm so pissed off. Like, I could have done so much better, but I didn't even think about it, right? So from the side, from the front, we mentioned this in the last podcast here. He was relaxed on the stage. What are you doing relaxed on the stage? There is no relaxing in bodybuilding when you're on the stage. Once you put your foot on the stage, abs have to be in, legs have to be separated, right?
But there is there's a disconnect with how that mindset is to where the mindset nowadays. People don't talk about that a lot. But when we were coming up, people talked about that a lot.
Yeah.
They talked about that was part of it. If you sit down with one of the judges and they kind of school you, like, I'd be on a plane and I'd sit down with the judges flying, Julie Bergman, all people like that would tell me, okay, Chris, this show you was like this, I'd rather see you like that. Then it's like you'll see Leela Broad up there standing like a statue the whole time.
Yeah.
Muhammad Makawi sitting like a statue the whole time.
Yeah.
Lee Haney. And that's the people we was pattern our careers after and our style after. But then it was a disconnect after that. With the social media stuff came, less people was in, people took pictures of you and put you in a magazine. Now you're taking pictures of yourself and putting it on the social media, internet stuff. So
Photoshop a little bit, filter a little bit.
Yeah, I need it a little better. But it was just a disconnect, I think. That's what happened.
But I remember Steve Weinberger, he would watch top 3. I mean, back in the day, there was just like 3 people being compared, right? He already scanned them. He already had, and then he looked to the side. Who is looking the best for a second call out? So if you drop your shoulders, stomach out, legs not separated, how are you going to get that call? Just because your name? Well, if you don't look that way, this is what I was telling back in the day, Gustavo, 2004. Nobody would even count on him. Just stay tight, say you're going to get your call out. And I promise you, if you look at 2000, he was third. Yeah. Yeah, but legs and stomach was all the way in. Like here, you can't really lose much, right? Okay, what are you going to do? Okay, just maybe drop the shoulders. But your shoulders and chest and everything is right there. The only thing that matters is abs and legs. How hard is to do that, right? Your legs were always crazy. His legs were feathered. I don't know how you can make the feathers even relax. That's the question.
Should be. That's the goal.
But for me, there was just legs. You cannot squeeze 100% because you're going to lose them within a couple of minutes. You know, that's not the muscle that like chest. Like every little bit, it makes some more striations and better and harder. Legs, I promise you,
They can change.
it can change. But you just tilt and make separation and then hold it. It's probably like
Did you
60%.
pump your legs at all?
No, never. Did you?
I did some lunges.
I would.
Lunges backstage.
So one other guy we should talk about, which we haven't yet, is Hunter in depth. Obviously, he's got a big name and he's got a crazy physique.
Yep.
And he's got something to prove.
I love his physique. Like I said before, I was harsh on his midsection, and that was the only thing that was holding him back from skyrocketing.
Could he be Mr. Olympia?
Why would that be? If he managed his abs to look, not maybe winning, but there's no problem. Arms are there, shoulders are there.
He's got all the
Last
tools.
time I said he didn't have a striated delts. Now look at striated delts all the way through, right? Legs crazy with the calves, with the hamstring, with the glutes, back double crazy. You know, shit. He has potential.
What do you think, Jay?
What drives me crazy is I'll see some striations, I'll see some cuts, let's say on a Monday, and then on a Friday, I don't see the same thing. And then I come to the show, I don't see what's happening.
Why is that, in your opinion?
I don't know. All I could tell you is that needs to happen. Like, you need to come to the show with all of that, and I'll see it to where you clearly concentrating on it, flexing the quads, feather, and then I'll see not like that, and then I'll see right before the show, it's just like, who is that? You know, and then I'll see him back another different, he had like 2 or 3 different looks that he can bring, at least leading up to a show, and then the show comes, and then it's, I don't know, not the same.
What do you expect from Hunter?
There's zero consistency in how he shows up. So it's hard for us to sit here and compare him even to the top 4 or 5, where he seemed to fall. He fell 4th his 1 year. I mean, he fell out, 7th or 8th, and then he
was
moved
4th
up to
his first year.
Yeah, so
And
he beat Nick Walker, which was questionable in my book. I thought Nick really could have beat him that year.
He was holding a lot of water.
The problem is even we just saw him qualify. Pictures, videos didn't look so good. The midsection was the big point. We talk about that being the center of the body. If you're on a stage at this level and you don't have a midsection that is top competitor quality, it's hard to sit here and say he can be Mr. Olympia. But you question this with Derek. Derek doesn't, I mean, it's hard to imagine a Mr. Olympia that can't sit on the abs and it's just, okay, that guy has a great ab pose. They can't do this vacuum or the side stuff, and they dance around it a lot.
Should they have to hit an ab shot?
I'm not a judge, okay? I'm not qualified to be a judge, but I'm just going to sit on my podcast and I'm going to say, absolutely, you need to be able to hit an abs and thigh. I don't agree the vacuum counts. Because why are we changing? Why are we changing history of a pose?
Yeah.
It's not the vacuum and thigh.
Maybe see classic
It's a ribbon tie.
Classic has warped perception, I believe, in going into the open category where it's cool. Okay, you do vacuums. Everyone seems to do it in classic. Should the vacuum be considered a good ab and thigh pose?
No, not in my opinion.
I don't think any
of us.
If I
were
was
competing, I would be like, no.
When they chose those mandatories back in the day, they chose so they can scan
well,
your
remember
whole
they didn't have the
physique
most
and every
muscular,
muscle.
right?
Yeah,
didn't they add the most
They added.
muscular later?
But those 7 before most muscular,
Okay.
right? So you can see the width, you can see the shape, you can see the thickness, you can see every single muscle. So front double biceps, side chest, side triceps, right? Abs and thighs. So you have to show every muscle. ab and tie, and you're not showing your abs. Like, what the hell?
So to go back to Hunter, the inconsistency is difficult to qualify him to get those comparisons. Does he have arms and legs and back?
He has
and
the parts.
His father is Lee Labrada. Totally different world, structure-wise. I mean, it's like the Sergio Oliva thing. I mean, look at the genetics of that kid. Mm-hmm. I believe that the gene pool can spill over 100%, but he still needs to bring conditioning and detail to be in the conversation with the top guys.
So does Hunter Labrada needs more size? No. Does he need more fullness? No. I mean, fullness is usually reflected in the chest, right? That's the biggest thing. Nowhere else. Where else? I mean, he has a striated delts now. He can have a striated delts even if he's a little bit depleted.
Is it a water thing, though?
But his chest is not a strong point, right? Anyway. No. So why would you risk filling it up when this is not going to make much difference anyway? And then everything else would suffer. That's the way I see it. For somebody that is flattish and, it's a big difference if you fill up, then, you can take a little risk. But for Hunter, because, as Jay said, he was not consistent for so many years, he needs to either you bring it or you don't. If he brings it, he would be contender.
He's going to start getting momentum, and then I think the conversation's valid. It's the Andrew thing. I mean, can we even say Andrew's going to leapfrog? The best he's ever done is
fourth.
Andrew?
No, fifth.
No,
fifth
and seventh.
So, and we're sitting here saying he can possibly win the show because we're starting to see a little movement. He's got enough muscle now. I mean, he looked good in Texas, but still needs to be better. That conversation's starting now, but it's still like we say, if he nails it, he could probably win. But we have to have more faith in Hadi and Derek because of the condition that they've brought the last couple years.
Yes, and and he was disappointed with his look last year. I'm sure of it.
Who?
Andrew.
Yeah.
I'm sure
he was burnt out.
And he didn't really have an off season. It's like this is the most time he spent away, is it? Right?
Yeah.
So
the last person we're going to talk about, and I'm not going to let you because he's your guy. So Bruno Santos. He just. I
haven't seen him enough to really talk about comparisons.
See, he competed last 3 shows. He won UK.
Brett told me it wasn't close. By the way, he said, tell Milos.
Yeah,
he did actually say that to me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He just got second in Reno.
Yeah, well, Bruno told me that he thinks he beat him. So
I thought,
but you thought you won.
No, I thought that Brett won. Yeah, but I mean, I analyzed the poses.
I was going to say you thought you beat Jay more than twice.
Yeah, Jay was lucky we didn't compete more often.
Did Bruno win any shots against Brett?
Last spread, from the front, I think, and from the back, too. I mean, as a matter of fact, if you watch Tyler Mannion, what did he?
He said 2 poses.
Two? Really?
You said 2 poses now.
Yeah, but Tyler Mannion maybe give him even more than 2 poses.
Did he break it down?
Yeah, he broke it down. So I wish I remembered, but I don't remember.
I don't think Brett ran away with it, though. He didn't run away with that show. I thought he was a little better, but he didn't run away with it. But he was a little better, I thought.
Yeah.
A little better, but he didn't.
Well, he's coming for 25, so.
So Bruno is still counting that top 10 is.
I'll say so. You've been working with him here.
How old is he, Bruno?
I have no clue.
And you were supposed to pose him the day after you left here.
Yeah.
How is he looking?
He's looking good. He's improved from
that show.
From that show, yeah. But 3 shows in 3 different countries. He went to UK, Italy, Reno, Brazil. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's passionate. Like all the Brazilians, soccer, MMA, and the bodybuilding, right? I mean, they're crazy fans, and they really enjoy it. So
we got 2 Brazilians in there.
Mm-hmm.
Rafael. That's almost all of them.
Oh well, that's in open division. Then we have so many in other classes, but we're going to talk about classic.
Yeah,
right?
how many guys in the classic physique, Chris?
I think like 60, right? Something like that.
Is it?
62.
It's a lot.
So we
Something
breaking
like
down.
that
We
already.
breaking down 60 people.
Yeah, we're breaking down all 60. We're breaking down all 60 in bikini, classic.
Do you see my post
Men's
about
physique.
all the classic physique guys? I post top 5
Yeah, I
from
saw
last year. You say? Did you respond?
No.
You said that Brian
Not yet.
has a chance
Chris,
to win.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
'cause here's the thing, dude. Like, I know I've been with Breon for 8-9 years or whatever.
Oh, so when he was winning too, yeah. When he beat Chris in 2018.
What do you do? What do you to Breon? Do you train him? Do you diet him? I mean,
I help him with his look because I'm around him a lot. If you're around someone a lot, you're like, oh, we still got. I'm not actually giving him the food.
does he have a
source.
dietitian?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't give him the food source, but
Amount.
it becomes like you a little bit of everything. You living in the same house
Yeah.
for weeks at a time with somebody, you a little bit of everything, right?
He's
And,
all in, this kid.
Yeah, and I just like how we can go and just hang together, be together. You know, he was like restless last night, and it was like, damn, 1 or something in the morning. He's like, man, I need to go do some cardio then because I'm restless. I can't even sleep. I said, let's just go and pose. So we went. I said,
Where'd you go?
we just went in the bathroom. We just fucking knocked out, 30 minutes, 40 minutes of posing, like 2 a.m. It was like, and we worked on some new stuff there. It was like some new stuff that we can get it in his mind enough, maybe he can even pull it off. Because he was doing some stuff like, say we do the 3/4 back. Like if the line here, his feet, his legs was kind of here, and he's hitting it here, and I'm like, he was taking a couple steps, and I said, dude, you should be able to be this way or a little bit front.
So he wasn't
And then-
even.
No, he wasn't. Yeah, so
It wasn't
even. He was
showing.
behind,
It
yeah.
wasn't showing everything.
And then he was just taking too much time and, bringing his hands down. So we was like still working on stuff after all these years. And then I'm noticing, like that Arnold shot, how he'd go like that. That from him from the back with the separation of his triceps, brachialis, and biceps, all that stuff is separated on this guy. And he can utilize that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's
Did you have a shot to win it, Chris?
I mean, here's the thing.
Has the standard changed?
Well, I feel like they wanted some taller guys in there, and that made something different. But I'm just not sold on it. I think this should be the best body up there. Other than that, then don't have shorter guys going against taller guys.
Is that
if you
why
wanna do it,
Ruffin
make
stepped to the side? Does he feel that it just wasn't?
Well, Ruffin, he had his elbows are really hampering his training this year, so he had to not do it. But I still like Breon's front double and back double against anybody. I don't care.
I said it before. I think the craziest
care.
back double I ever saw was
I don't
Breon's at the
care.
Arnold.
I don't care. I helped them build it, and I know what it looks like. And I know the Dutchman is coming with some more detail and stuff. But it's nothing more than Breon ever showed. He got striations in his delts. He got striations and separation throughout his whole backside, hamstrings, everything like that is all separated. And he's a lot better than he was earlier in the year in Dubai. And he can get beat sometime in the front, in the side chest, and sometimes the classic shot. But he has a great classic shot that a lot of people don't have.
How many poses are there in classic physique, guys?
He has front double, back double, ab and thigh, and classic.
Side
Side
chest.
chest, and
It
classic.
should be more than that for sure.
At least triceps, at least side triceps.
A lot spread. For the love of God, that's a V
Lat
taper.
spread.
Yeah, it has to be.
They don't have the front lat
Let's
spread.
talk about Urs. He was in the top 5 last year.
Urs
Yeah.
can sometimes get a little too heavy, trying to go for a little bit too much size. Sometimes when his game, what I told him, when I first met him when he was 21, maybe 20 or 21, I was like, stick with your body. Like, don't try to be anything else. You're not Marcus Rule. You're not some of these guys. You got elongated arms. Don't do a lot of moving with your arms too far out, winding them up too much. Stick within your body frame and stay with the separation and that type of look. But I think I want to win. I want to rush. I want to get bigger. But he's real methodical. I mean, I like seeing this guy. We spent some time out there in Kuwait.
You train together,
Yeah,
yeah.
we did a back routine together, which is really good. We pushed him hard and everything. but I would like to see. And then even if they had some part of some food that he didn't really want, he wouldn't eat it. He'll go and make it himself or something like that, which I was pretty impressive to see how he maneuvers and how he takes care of his body and,
Dedicated.
Preparation. Yeah, he's dedicated. German.
Urs' legs are off the chart. Yeah, everything.
He might have the best calves in the show.
Best calves. I mean, separated. Yeah. I don't know. Now you say like he shouldn't focus on arms, but that's his weakness. He needed to bring it up, So he does. He's a great poser, but you say not to wind up too much. Look at Taras Ruffin. I mean, he's one of the best posers, and he is moving the arms and hit the pose for 1 second, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't have a great arm, so you create the illusion and distract. Urs needed a bigger back, to go against Chris Bumstead and Brion. Brion has crazy back. So yeah, when he pulls that the front relax, he has that good V-taper, good shape, but there's still not density, maturity, enough thickness in some poses, right? He answered me today, like, bring the popcorn, like he's going to be ready. So it's going to be a fight, because we were talking about the best German bodybuilder, right? Mm-hmm. So he wants to be the best German and be contender.
Let's talk about Dino. Start.
Ramon Dino. I heard he's having a hard time making his weight, right?
It's pretty big this year.
But he's a lot more muscle, a lot more. I thought it was the
Pretty
best
round.
I've ever seen him. That was the best I've ever
He's
seen.
been in Vegas for a few weeks now.
Yeah, I ran into him in the grocery store.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Like 3
what
weeks
was he
ago.
buying? Did you check
Just
the
meats.
card?
No.
With him, I think it's we go back to the posing thing. It's I think with Bumstead, and we'll talk about him in a minute. He kind of captivates the judges, the audience. He just seems to dominate the stage, in my opinion. He really gets up there. Bumstead.
Je ne sais quoi.
But how did you feel last year with Dino going against Bumstead? How did you?
I just thought that I think he just Dino needs to be
1 and
more
2.
serious about, like, confident about, hey,
You
I
wanna
can
beat
win this
guy,
thing.
yeah. Instead of trying to be his friend and trying to be like, oh, you first before me. You know, you got to try to go for the juggler.
I think the aggressiveness without
go
being
for the
cocky.
juggler. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, body-wise, he may have probably the best tools up there. He just doesn't have the width of Chris, and I think that's turned into now, we can break down Chris. I
I
mean,
think he improved some body parts this time, though. I think he improved his back double.
can he win?
Sure, he can win.
Chris believes he can, right?
I think he can win.
But I still think that Bumstead is untouchable. I mean, he set the standard, and I heard he's coming better than ever. Bigger than ever.
Is he bigger or is he detailed?
Both.
Dang.
Both.
More detail?
I was trying to get the
I
pictures,
want
but
to
I
see
couldn't
the
get it.
detail, and I want to give a.
Bumstead has a crazy detail when he is on the side chest, like everything from top to bottom, hamstring, glutes straighted, chest straighted. I mean, side chest is arguably, he's competitive with the open guys.
Yeah.
Right?
But what I would have liked to have seen last year, with him being a little off, and he admitted that himself, he was a little off, right? Bumstead. I would have liked to see him lose the title last year, win, and then Dino win last year, this past year, and then them going hell or high water, the best the best classic look you can ever see to date.
Before we talk about Chris, let's talk about the talk coming in with Wesley.
Yeah, but you say like you would knock the champ off for being a little bit off.
Hottie lost, being a little off.
Where was he off?
Oh, this last year.
He wasn't off.
From the back.
Yeah,
compared
he was
to
a
Derek.
little off. He was a little off, dog.
They snagged him from
was-
on
now.
Hey, Hadi 2022.
Come on now.
Okay, Hadi
He
2022,
was hard up in
23.
here, but he wasn't hard down here. Yeah.
22, 23. Which was the better Hadi? Did he lose from
Was that
22?
Was that the shoulder area?
Remember the 2022,
time?
we were saying that's not his usual condition. So he was kind of offish.
Kinda offish,
for and so he
I
didn't
remember that. I
lose
remember
the
that, yeah,
condition. And imagine Hadi and Honey. Hey, 2022, he wasn't ripped to pieces and sliced and diced and dry, and he won. And previously, he was bone dry, and he didn't win. So going to this show, why would we push for more? that was enough, right? But it wasn't enough. I don't think he was off. But for Chris Bumstead, like, how about if Jay lost 2007?
It depends on who you're up there with, though. Who's going against you and how they look.
But it's always first goes structure in the classic structure, and he has unbeatable structure. I mean, it's not by accident that Chris Bumstead is the most popular bodybuilder alive, right?
And you think that Wesley
is wider but not structure.
Leapfrogging all these other champions and got to where people saying he might be able to. I mean, and he's saying it. He could beat Chris.
Okay,
he's
so
gonna beat Chris.
You asked that question, and we had him on the show, right? He's super wide, super sliced, beautiful, right? But the waist is not there. So structurally, when you stand next to Bumstead, he has a much smaller waist and much bigger quads. Even though Wesley's legs are separated, beautiful, right? They're not volumized enough to create the balance.
He's supposed to be the best he ever looks right now, right?
Yeah, but still, I mean, if you look at the waist to quads ratio, Bumstead has like quads as bigger as his waist.
And Bumstead's going to need to exploit everything he can.
Yeah, he will. I mean, he's a master of it. So,
what do you think with Wesley coming in, from what you've seen?
His legs need to improve.
Size-wise, yeah.
Because it's going to offset his waist.
Yeah.
His upper body, though, his front, like his arms, and like, I mean, he's better than Chris, I think, in a lot.
Like double for sure.
But it's being complete.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about even like the Brions, who's pretty complete, but they picked on his legs a little bit here and there. But he's Mr. Olympia. I mean, he's won. You know what I mean? So it's really hard.
Could have been 3, could have been 4, depending on who you ask. Could have been the first one.
Is Chris beatable?
Is Chris beatable in whose eyes? The judge's eyes or mine?
You.
And mine, yeah.
Do you think he's beatable?
I do, yeah. I mean, Ronnie Coleman was unbeatable, too.
Yeah, until you believed it. I mean,
until they're not. And then, I don't know.
Nobody is unbeatable.
I just don't think everyone's winning every shot in that classic division.
Yeah.
No.
When you see even a comparison of Chris Bumstead to Flex Wheeler, or Chris Bumstead to Arnold, you know how on Instagram yeah, I mean, we would think like Arnold and Flex would blow him right off, but oh shit, that didn't sound good, right? I didn't use proper.
Good job, Milos.
English. I'm known for missing some words here and there.
Let me mark this down. We're making it real.
But I hate comparing pictures because I'm sure Arnold in his heyday looked tremendous on stage.
But if you see somebody and you're in the auditorium and they're on the stage together, that's a different look than what the Instagram can put together.
Yeah, you know how they put together like me against Phil against Ronnie, and it looks, you got to put Phil Heath against Ronnie Coleman in Ronnie Coleman's prime. There's going to be a huge size advantage.
Probably, yeah.
Yes.
Probably. And those
Ronnie
videos,
Coleman,
I know exactly. I mean, it's interesting. Jay said that he doesn't think that best Jay beats best Dorian, which was...
I think Dorian beats everybody.
Dorian, looking at him, was a different bodybuilder than...
Pictures and videos.
Pictures and videos.
And we were all witness of that.
Shit was moving and dancing.
Like that back.
You can't pick up on a photo.
Okay, here it is. Who was wider?
You'd have to see us next to each other.
Okay. How about legs? Can it be compared?
He had pretty big legs, though.
No, he didn't.
Not in
he
pictures.
did not have a big legs.
No, here's the thing. Milos. But you saw him when he did the Olympia.
I saw him from 91 on the stage.
His off season was insane.
But then you see, as the shows go on and we go out there the European tour, and you'll see a different look.
Yeah.
And then you can be like, oh man, I might have a couple of body parts, on Dorian. I might have something like that. I had a different look, but I could see some body parts and be like, okay, oh shit.
Yeah, you could beat him in some body parts.
Some body parts. And then, but like I say, when they put it all together for that one show at the Olympia.
Your arms are his arms. Your quads are his quads.
Well,
your abs are his abs.
I ain't trading my quads, dog.
No, but I'm going to give him that. Dorian was like sight to see. Like 95, that conditioning was like Andreas Munzer with more size and more shape and everything.
The Black Sox Dorian, that would have been something.
Black Sox?
Black Sox guy.
I mean,
With
that
the black
okay.
and whites.
When he did the black and whites, was Dorian Yates beatable on the black and white pictures? Did the whole industry change? Did that change the game?
Flip.
Yeah,
Everyone said, okay,
Nobody
we're
had
fighting for
that.
second place.
Yeah,
Nobody had
that was
That's on.
heart attack.
And that was done on purpose too. He sent those photos for sure. Was that Horton took those shots?
Yeah,
Sent
you know
them
how it
to the-
is. If you're supposed
I was
to,
there when
You
it
should
came.
put it on the screen.
yeah.
I was there when he came.
If
you
you
could,
if you want to publish something in Flex magazine, you have to do it 3 months in
Well,
advance.
I think McGough loved
But
it.
those pictures came
I
the
think
next
McGough
day.
But
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
there.
yeah.
I was there when they showed up. I was there in the office with
Oh
Peter.
shit! Tell us.
I was there, and then he was like, "Oh, what do you think about these shots, Chris?" And I was like, "Of course, I'm gonna be sarcastic." I was like, "Well, he's wearing socks in this one. That's the only thing I see different."
You know-
and then they put that in the magazine along with the shots. Like Chris Cormier said, only thing difference is his black socks.
So Chris, you would have thought
But
in today's
I was-
era that it was morphed because we
Yeah,
didn't. There
you
was
would
no
think-
morphing back then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
you
would
would
think
think
it's
that.
a guarantee morphed.
But they did that on purpose to like be like, okay, all right, forget that. Let's see where I'm gonna place besides that shot, besides that photo. You know.
I said it. I'm a hashtag
particular
bodybuilder guy, but Dorian would beat all of you guys with what he brought on the stage.
He would beat you.
93. Oh, for me, there was never even a contest. I was never close to Dorian, of course.
With you.
But listen, like I like your physique better than his, right? So why would I say that he beats you?
Yeah.
But then when you see pose before, I like your physique better than Jay's when we were going at the Arnold Classic, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then Jay shows up and he brings more on the stage. Even I
Except
was
for
coaching
04.
you.
Except for 04.
Yeah.
Where's it at? Where's that?
It's not. It's over
Is
there.
that
Yeah,
the one?
yeah.
Which one?
There it is, right there. That's my shit. Don't ever invite me over your house, brother. We're
No,
gonna be
come on.
wrestling.
So now
I
let's
think-
let's bring. Oh, go ahead.
I think I'll tell you this story. 96, I see Jay in the goddamn gold gym. And someone said, look at this again. I said, there's no way this guy is ever going to make, anything substantial. With
then
Olympia,
then he was
I would
posed-
bet my life on it. I
Then
say
he
this.
was posing it. He was locking his quads out. And,
Yeah, I mean, there was, you just,
you.
as an expert, you don't see it. That's 96, right? And that's the
That was
era.
the Iron Man, remember?
Yeah, but
It
era
was the
of
tournament champion.
Flex and Kevin and Sean
What
and
you were
you
saying
and
when I
Paul
saw you
and
at the Iron
Lee.
Man, you took
Look,
third, was
what
that?
the hell
Yeah,
is he going to do? You know?
And he
It was
was
pretty
working on
shredded.
poses still.
And
Yeah, it was
holy
pretty
shit.
shredded there.
You're a little green still.
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. How did Chris Aceto see that you can be Mr. Olympia at that time? Like,
Yeah, but it
what
takes-
the hell?
but the
Chris,
thing-
are you
yeah,
smoking
listen,
crack?
But
or
the
what?
thing is, what was genius about it is he believed the shit. If he believed it, then that's part of the battle. Because I didn't really believe it. Like someone told me that when I was 17, 18. George Zachary was like, "Man, you could be Mr. Olympia." I was like,
Yeah, you
That's
were
Olympia.
ridiculous as a
I've been
teenager.
believing.
It was like-
I've been believing I can see my abs again for a while. That hasn't happened yet.
but I'm just saying that he
Maybe
We noticed
Go
in that video,
minus
in that
100
picture.
carbs, and nothing going to happen.
Maybe I should talk to Aceto. He can help me out.
But
All right.
if you get someone to believe that early on and they like hell bent on making that happen, that's a whole part of the battle that people don't even discuss a lot.
That's
So-
what Nick has it.
I was just going to say
Nick
Nick has that. Let's talk about probably one of the most talked about battles, Clarita, Keon.
Who?
I just saw a picture of Patrick Tour posted up about Keon. He looks ridiculous.
Keon looks ridiculous.
Best he's been for sure. I mean,
And Clarita's been kind of covered
he
up.
could still be improved. But
I saw him at the gym.
But you know
2
what?
days ago.
You know what he's going to bring. He's going to be in a lot of density.
He's a young guy.
cuts,
That's
and
where
was-
he has a great advantage. He's a young guy. He's fresh. He was natural for a long time. I
Yeah.
think he has a lot of reason why he can
could
get
still-
on stage.
He could still improve his posing.
He's still way
Still
under
to
the
this-
weight.
Yeah,
Still
he's.
to
I
this
think he's
day.
still going to be 6 or 7 pounds under.
He still can improve even more so. That's what I see. But I think it'd be hard to beat him at this point when he improved a lot over last year. But like I say, the actual mechanics can still improve. The body can still get better. He got a lot of feathers in the legs, which I like to see. And I hope,
That's your thing,
I hope that shows up on the stage.
Did you train them in Arizona?
Yeah, I mean, I hope a lot of these guys connect a little bit more than what they were before they came.
Yeah, that's right. You've been seeing some of the action.
Yeah, but it's good to see that, man.
Clarida can show up in a crazy condition. I mean, he has a next level hardness.
He's pretty.
When I saw him at the gym, he said he got too heavy last year. He's lighter, and he's coming back to what got him there.
I encourage you to see the video that I posted. Clarida going on the stage, the first moment that he get in the center, you can see the abs were out, the waist was not in, and that's the first impression. Like, holy shit. And then judges see that, right?
And then they're fixated on it.
Yeah, they're fixated, especially when you showed up year after year in a crazy condition. And you're
coming in here?
A little bit
I don't know, Matt. You might have to. We were doing a podcast, so you're gonna have to tell him to hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I saw looking around.
So Keon doesn't think there's even a contest. I think he's in for a fight. That Clarida's going to bring it. I know that
For sure. 100%.
Kerit Baggio is counting himself in. He's going to Angel Calderon. The top 4 from last year. They're dangerous. It's not like a cakewalk. But Keon has.
And then what about the other guy that got hurt his legs?
Oleg,
yeah.
Oleg.
I would have loved to have seen him because he was coming.
He just starts walking
coming
again.
for blood, man. That guy. Yeah. I'm really impressed with him in the New York show.
Ultra peeled.
Oh man.
Like zero skin.
I don't know who this is.
Oleg, the Russian guy.
Ridiculous
ridiculous conditioning. Yeah. One of those.
And he's not competing.
Yeah, something happened. He fucked up both legs.
I think it's both legs. I think.
Yeah, I don't remember how.
Tore the quads.
Doing what?
Was it the
hack squats?
Squatting?
I don't know. Shit, I'm
squatting.
embarrassed. I don't know, but
maybe like Fuchs, maybe.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Maybe like Fuchs.
Maybe.
Well, yeah.
Fuchs was squatting 7 plates. 7 plates.
Yeah, in very lean condition, and
yeah.
It's like Hottie.
Hottie's doing 6 plates.
Why?
Yeah.
Though? Can you tell me why? Why would he let him do that? That's what I want.
Yeah.
Why would Honey let him do that? I mean, dude, that's not worth it, bro. You ain't gonna win you're not gonna gain any muscle from now, and you're not gonna keep anything fuller by you doing that right now.
For sure.
That's what
it's just a unnecessary risk. Yeah. And that's the only thing that can stop him, right?
Injury.
Yeah, but how do you say this in a nice way? Dave Palumbo believe, training that makes you big keeps you big, right? So stay. I mean, you're on God knows how many anti-estrogens, and we probably know that.
I didn't take much before 09.
Before Honey. Right? So you think that Honey changed the protocol for these guys? So it's high anti-estrogens, already. So joints could be exposed, right? Yeah.
So you're trying to say you wouldn't put him through giant?
He was taking more anti-estrogens than diuretics. so that would tell you, yeah, exactly.
Tendon's hard.
Yeah, I mean that's a risk, So I love Hadi and his work ethics and everything. What I heard when I was in Dubai is like he's not really dieting like to a gram of this, a gram of that. He just trains so hard. And when you train so hard, like back in the day, John Brown, he never died a day in his life. Thierry Pastel, you see him on a European tour and like, holy shit, he'd go to buffet and eats everything and anything, like muffins and pastries and sauces and put extra salt. Like, contest is tomorrow. So it's like one of those things, even when you were coming up, you always want to see what other champs are doing, right? So I was looking at Vince Taylor, Ron Love, and so back in the day, we would not want to take any sweeteners, right? They were putting equal on anything, on potato.
I saw Vince eating that ice cream that one time in France. I was pissed. I was so
pissed. Like
he was in Subway.
But I said it was like we was traveling. It was like.
Hey,
no, but on the way to I was sitting in business class on the way to Australia. I was like, I was gonna land 24 hours before the damn show start. I'm all eating. I have the lady make me a turkey sandwich.
Your usual.
I'm gonna wipe these guys out.
Yeah, usual.
Nothing coming.
Hey, Chris doesn't want to admit it. Chad Nichols set up the trap. He had somebody in front of his room, and
Well, you don't want to admit it.
they were bringing like Chinese and shit like this.
I ate Chinese that time. I did eat Chinese.
But he didn't admit it.
I did eat Chinese.
Hey, when I prepared him to compete against you for Arnold,
My lips were all greasy.
You know that
when Chad came to the room, he was so bad. He was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I was really hungry."
Yeah, as always.
What are you doing?
As always. In Amsterdam, you had 7 sandwiches.
I did have a sandwich in Amsterdam. I did. I was at Dorian's house.
3 milligrams Bumec.
Dorian was like, Chris,
two.
the show is Saturday. It was like a Thursday or.
And how'd you place?
Second.
To
Ronnie.
But I beat Dexter and Dennis because they had placed ahead of me in England. But you know damn well he did that shit. He didn't fucking give me I told him, I said, "Hey man, I need some color and I need some water pills. You got anything like that?"
For Ronnie?
No, damn Dennis.
That is.
And then Dennis disappeared. Okay, I got you. It was like an hour. Come back an hour and something later. I'm the only one in the lobby waiting.
See,
he came. Oh, I ain't got it, man. I ain't got enough. I'm like,
but I remember this. 100% guarantees the truth, but maybe you don't even remember, and Ronnie doesn't. We were at the airport, so we were waiting for Ronnie, and then in a cab, and then Ronnie came to the front, and you're both are on the back, and then you ask Ronnie, "Hey, you have some Protan?" I said, "You know what? Protan?" I said, "No, I'm born with it." Like, oh shit. So Ronnie doesn't use Protan, right? So then Max Schaas and I were talking, and it's like, "Hey man, Ronnie didn't use the Protan." She said, "Oh, of course he did." So I text Ronnie right there, "Hey man, did you use Protan?" He said, "Of course he did." Like, what do you mean?
So he acted like you didn't even he didn't know
what it was.
No, he didn't want to give it to Chris.
See how they did me, man? I'm the helpful guy, and they didn't want to give me. They didn't want to give me no nothing.
They gave you a sandwich.
Yeah. Nothing.
Oh man, but yeah. So you're talking about Dino. Everybody in Brazil believes he can win. Chris Aceto believes, and if he believes he can take Chris Bamstad, shit, he's gonna bring a special look. Wesley Weisers beat Dino on a width, and then Dino didn't have legs separated enough for the Arnold. Chris Aceto said, "Well, because it's only 6 weeks prep." I mean, 6 week prep, 12-week prep, leg separation. I just don't think that he presented as good. So those little things you have to pay attention to. If legs are dominant, balance is there, and then you can beat Wesley. And if you don't, you can lose. For Andrew Jack, I wanted to really see Andrew Jack. And, I told Chris, like, "Hey, can I see him?" I said, "If you don't mind." So, yeah, he minds. So I said, "Okay."
Because you'll post the pictures.
No, I wouldn't even. It just, we want to see, right? If you can.
I know, but I'm sure he doesn't want the opinions.
Why not? Like, especially if you get opinion for a guy that has no filter,
I want to.
That's like Sonny Schmidt back in the day,
Oh yeah.
I look at him and so I complain, this. I say, "Hey, cunt, you don't tell me 5 days before the show, I don't look good." Oh, I'm supposed to say you look good? Okay.
A lot of people don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Come take a look at me, but don't tell me what you think.
Okay. Yeah, like they hard on us because of last podcast. Like, guy was proudly presenting the pictures of his back, and we didn't say anything. You remember? Yeah. So
we expect you to look a certain way.
Okay, I mean that picture, you don't see anything but your ass. Remember?
Yeah. That's what I said. I said, "You're gonna cock your ass up like that."
So what am I supposed to comment
like
here?
That in that pose. I said, "Why are you cocking your ass?"
Yeah. Okay. So no comments. Anyway,
I don't know. I don't know.
I think we've broken down.
We did that.
The Olympia. I don't think we're gonna get any hate or yelled at for this.
I think we were good.
Maybe.
I feel really anxious for the show now. Just thinking the show is here now. It's officially here.
Are you staying at the hotel or you just
I
staying
will
away?
be at Airbnb right now, but I'll be moving in another day or two.
So you're going to be available around?
Yeah,
Do
I
you do
don't know
anything at
what's
the
up with this
expo?
thing.
Or?
Yeah,
These
I'm
guys
with Dark
have watches and there's not the proper time. What do
I
you wear a
know,
watch?
I know.
Both of you. I'm trying to see like what time do we
Because if
have?
you sit on
It's only a showpiece.
Yeah,
if you don't keep that thing shaking, it's gonna not work.
Are you going to be available for the fans to?
Yeah, I'll
to
be at
see?
a Dark Sport booth and also doing a live broadcast.
Okay.
Right?
Are you guys doing podcast live
Yeah,
with Dennis or?
Dennis
But then
podcast.
I'm going to be at the New Tech booth, Please, 1
Friday
to
and
4.
Saturday.
Friday and Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, Dark Sport.
And I say this, the best equipment, and if you want to challenge me, come and approach
I'm gonna put a couple of real leader equipment over there, and I'll show you some good back stuff. How about that?
Yeah, no comparison, I guarantee you.
Why don't
I'll
we
bet
open up
you-
another
Battle
I'll bet
gym?
starts right now.
How about we open up another gym, and me and you, I'll have half, and you have the other half.
Yeah.
Are you guys
okay.
going to the
And I'll
Meet
be
the
like-
Olympians or any of
I
that
don't
stuff?
know. I don't even know what that is.
Right, Thursday night, Meet the
Thursday night.
Olympians.
Thursday night.
You'll also go.
Are you doing the
is-
press
when is the
conference?
press
Hey,
conference?
you want to get pictures?
I'm not. Well, what
Thursday.
time?
noon.
What time? Noon? Like always.
Yeah.
Press conference.
And you'll be at the Friday night finals.
Yep,
or-
I'll be there Friday and Saturday. Hopefully, hit up Zook nightclub for the watch party. The watch
that where
party.
you're
Are you
working?
You
Are
working
you
the watch
going?
party?
I don't know.
You should. That's a good gig.
I requested it.
Come hang out with the real deal.
I requested it.
He was hanging out there like a week before, day before the Olympia anyway.
I was.
Yeah, you did.
Stop that, man. Were you in there? Did you see me?
No, but I never go to the bars and this.
Okay,
but Jay
why
saw you.
why do
Right? You
didn't
saw
see
him,
me.
right?
I wasn't there.
I saw Jay at the Sound Factory.
Yeah, we were there.
There you go.
I was laying on my back.
I just know
Jay
Chris-
was fine.
I've been to strip joint with him and Dorian here once. What was
I will go.
Rhino or
I
something?
will take you in a strip club.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
told Chris I was at the after party with him and Dorian in 01. We're going to
Yeah,
keep that off the
yeah. We'll talk off camera.
Underground and Dre's.
About that one.
01.
Hey, I'll tell you this. We were in this tram from one whatever
They should
hotel
be
to the
happy
other.
they had me. I mean, I had the first after party for any bodybuilding situation.
Yeah.
The first one and the second was me. So you guys can thank me
For after
for
parties.
letting you
I've never been
letting
to
you
one.
in on my.
And then I saw
my
Chris
life.
at Craig Titus's as well.
Yeah, this is what I was going to say. Hey, listen,
02.
Yeah.
On the rooftop of the Polo Towers.
we were in that.
The rooftop.
We were in a train to go from
Oh,
one
the
hotel
polo
to the other.
tire. That was tight.
And Dorian was there, and Craig Titles was there, and there was like this many people. And so Craig was, "Hey, Dorian, how's your rash?"
What?
Oh shit! He said that.
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
was like
God.
a million people. Or I tell you, because mine
The
is
rash
rash.
coming.
Listen, we were at some USA show, and there was some couple in front of us. Like you can see, distinguished people. Like the lady was very elegant, and the guy was in a suit and tie and all this shit. And I was there with Craig, and Craig farted like so bad. And then he goes to the guy, "Excuse me, that was so nasty." I said, "What? Oh, your fart stinks." And then he goes, "It wasn't me. Oh, it must be your wife."
No.
I swear to God. I mean, Craig was that crazy.
Craig.
Yeah.
Wow. That's messed up. There's a real.
Man.
Anyway, okay, let's close out the show.
Are we going to have a new Mr. Olympia?
Yeah, I think so. I know that Jay doesn't think so. I think so.
I don't.
I'm saying Mr. Olympia Open Division because that's Mr.
Yeah,
Olympia.
yeah.
The other ones are not Mr. Olympia.
Only one Mr. Olympia.
Exactly. You think we'll have a new one?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
In any, Classic and 212, I think we stay the same, but yeah. There's no way
I
that
beg
Chris
to
is going to
differ.
lose.
I beg to differ.
I just
Okay.
like this year I'm going as a fan.
We said
I got
this
no skin
about,
in the game.
remember
We don't
the year
have-
Rami? We said, oh, there's no way. Remember the picture came out? Oh, he's going to win easy, and he got fifth.
That's true.
So a lot,
It can
lot
happen.
can change.
It can
What can happen?
And that's what makes the sport so exciting. And we look forward to this weekend that's upon us. This is the last podcast we'll be doing before, so we'll be talking about this
Do you
after
think
now.
the women's bodybuilding can have a new champion?
And she just lost.
Yeah, she just lost. But
That can happen.
she's gonna.
I think she'll
she
come
has.
back.
She's gonna drop the hammer, huh?
Yeah.
She didn't drop the hammer there.
Well,
that's for
Bikini's going to have a new champ.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's gonna have a new
Jen Doherty
champ.
sitting out.
Wellness. What about wellness?
No.
And what about figure? She's going for 8.
She's going for 8. Yeah.
Eight,
She looked a
eight
lot- she looked-
victories.
She looked a lot more
Vitamin
humped
C?
up this year.
Yep.
I didn't see that one coming.
For which one?
Sid Gillian.
Sid. Yeah.
She dropped some hammers. Getting ready for this one, so
Why is
I
that?
thought
bad.
Why?
I mean,
What's
I mean, her body is just more. She was never really like that. It was almost like the other girls are a little bit out muscling her for a long time, but like she put on
she's a
bit of
shape?
muscle this time.
She's a shape girl.
We'll
It's gonna be
see.
hard.
All right.
All right, guys.
We're out.